Rajasthan Royals welcome Sunrisers Hyderabad to Jaipur, hot on the heels of what was a very forgettable outing against Gujarat Titans. It's all gone a bit pear-shaped. Won the first 4 out of their 5, but now lost 4 out of 5. Can there be a change in fortunes? Let's put that question to Tom Moody. The obvious highlight through these 5 games has been the absolute absence of runs from 3 key members, Joss Buttler, Sanju Samson, Shimron Hetmyer.
Yeah, it's been remarkable because 3 very, very fine players and 3 players they have lent on not just in the first half of this season but also last season that were very important to their campaign. And all match winners and they're all right in their own right. So it's interesting, I sort of sense the change of fortunes for Samson was when he made way for Particle to allow him to bat 3 and then he slipped to 4 and then he's come back to 3. It's nearly like a couple of moving pieces has sort of cost that top order a little bit of momentum. So they're in a bit of a quandary at the moment to how they try to recapture some sort of mojo with their top 6 because it's not firing and it's really been the issue in all those losses.
Moving pieces has been a common constant to their batting. Lots of shuffling, reshuffling. There is one option on the bench though, Joe Root.
Yep.
Wealth of experience, not in the IPL, but is there a case for trying to fit him in?
Yeah, look, it is. I'm sure every other franchise look at that bench and look at Joe Root. It's a bit like the Quinton de Kock situation at LSG, and they look and think, a world-class player sitting there, it's just like a waste of resource. But I think Rajasthan have got to the point where they have to consider fitting him in. As simple as that. They have to find a way to reshape and turn their fortunes around. And the only way they can do it, in my view, is for Joe Root to come in and open the batting. Because for me, the obvious person he comes in for is Hetmyer. Yeah. So I would be suggesting something for consideration would be to Root to open and for Buttler change his fortunes and get a spark back into his game is to maybe, consider him as the number 5, which he's done brilliantly before. So Buttler has played both that sort of, at the top impact player. He's also played that number 5 role. He still bats in the middle order for England. So it's not like he's going back to, or going to any sort of foreign ground. He's very familiar with that role. And it just, that little change of 2 very high-class players just may change the fortunes of what has been, I suppose, a batting order that it's lost. It has been a batting order that's lost its way over the last few weeks.
And as far as the bowling mix goes, in the last game you saw Adam Zampa replace Jason Holder. Would you like to see them persist with that combination, 3 spinners, 2 fast bowlers?
Well, it's worked. It has worked before, and I'd be a little bit tempted to continue with Zampa purely based on who they're playing. They're playing a very right-handed lineup in Sunrisers Hyderabad. So having Zampa, Chahal and Ashwin, to me, is very potent against a pretty predictable lineup that's all right-handed except for Abhishek Sharma. So I'd be surprised if that bowling structure changes.
On a broader level, just viewing this contest, with Rajasthan seeing their season potentially slip away the way it has in the last week or so, is it ideal to be playing a side like Sunrisers in the situation they find themselves in, or is that, in a way, the most dangerous team?
I think Sunrisers have massively underachieved. You look at their squad. You look at the personnel they've got available, and they haven't gone anywhere close to where they should have gone. And I think a number of people at the start of the tournament felt they were certainly one of the favourites to be a side to qualify for finals. They're a long way away from that at the moment. I would consider them a dangerous side at the moment, and a side that you don't want to be playing when you're desperately trying to recapture some sort of winning momentum and get some points on the board.
Right. So can Rajasthan find their way back in the competition? They were one of the favourites. The team is still the same. Can they find that mojo back? Tell us in the comment section and stay tuned to the action on T20 Timeout.